Don't worry folks, this isn't your ordinary little coffee break. This is just where I sample all the foods in Colombia that I had the opportunity to while I was there. Welcome to Date Restricted, and here we're going through the Colombian series yet again to discuss some of the foods that I was so lucky to have a chance to sample. Let's get into it. Colombia has absolutely shown me that it is no exception to the brilliant food culture that exists right down in Latin America. What better way to start than with its crown jewel? The arepa is arguably the signature food over in Colombia and in general that particular part of Latin America. It just so happens to be a combination of ground maize stuffed with some filling, whether it be pollo, carne, bistec, both or all of the above. And you can find yourself chowing down on a pretty good meal. I was very fortunate to eat different types of arepas while I was in Colombia, and I was also very fortunate to see and experience the different types of ways they can be made in general with different styles. And I can tell you right now, doesn't matter exactly what style you wind up getting it prepared with, it's always going to hit different every single time while you're in Colombia. Living in the area that I do in the United States where it's a melting pot of culture and I see a lot of Colombian takes that have been brought with them by the folks that have come from the land proper, I've had a chance to get that same taste in the United States. However, when I say the same taste, that's very subjective because to me, the flavors of the arepa hit very different when I had them in Colombia. And they also hit very different with regards to the wallet too, because unlike over here in the US, the arepas down in Colombian region did not cost anywhere near as much. That said, what they're doing in Colombia with the original recipes and with the original way of doing things, I cannot approve of any more than I already do. They were absolutely outstanding. And I gotta give you a piece of advice before you go to Colombia as far as arepas are concerned with the locals.
Yeah, say Colombian arepas son los mejores. Colombian arepas are the best. Always say that because if you say anything else, you're going to have enemies. You're not going to make friends with the locals. I can tell you right now, especially if you say Venezuelan Colombia, Venezuelan arepas are better. Oh boy. Oh boy. Be prepared for some polemic, as they say over here in these parts.
As you've seen in this series and also in the DR series, my love for empanadas is second to none. And of course, Colombia, as you've seen, is no exception how well they do them. So there's no point in us spending too much time in this section.
¿Qué tipo de buñuelos tienen ustedes?
Tengo tradicional y tengo relleno de bocadillo y queso. Arequipe y queso.
Yeah. ¿Esos son los en queso?
Y arequipe.
Ahí. ¿Y esos taquitos?
Son igual que estos tradicionales. Solo que son más pequeños.
Yo tomo. Bueno, ¿y cuánto cuesta por dos?
3.600.
3.000. Un momento. Here we have two buñuelos. Oh man, buñuelos. Actual buñuelos of Colombia. All I've ever had is the American version. Well, a lot of the folks that immigrated from Colombia to, of course, the U.S. that I've had the opportunity to get buñuelos from, always great. Always great to get a taste of the culture that comes along over in the USA. But given how hot these bad boys are, and given just the friendly, just given just of course where I'm at right now, of course, center of Cartagena. I cannot wait to see how different these bad boys hit. So let's see just exactly what these bad boys have, especially considering how piping hot they are. I mean, I just touched them not moments after they got up in the bag, and they almost burned the tips of my fingers. I had to be very careful with that. And I mean, they were freshly made, and I really couldn't appreciate that more than what I did. So let's go ahead and dig in.
Suffice to say, I learned great value for the buñuelo. Beautifully made dough fritter. They can be made stuffed with cheese, just regular, and I just had just a couple of regular buñuelos while I was there. Piping hot and absolutely worth it. Just like those, we're gonna see some more nicely made bread and dough in this next one. Oh yeah, Favi Pan came absolutely in the clutch when I needed them to. For breakfast, even lunch, even some parts dinner if I just had the sweet tooth for a little dessert. Just for a couple of thousands of pesos, which is not really much in terms of spending on the US dollar, it was enough to go ahead and just load up on some very nicely done sweet bread that would absolutely put anything that's been made over in the US to shame. I'm not trying to shame my country, I'm just telling it like it is. The bread over in Colombia was absolutely on point in just about every way I could have asked for it to be. I don't know if it's the water or what, but I can tell you right now, it was desirable in every which way. Even for folks that don't exactly like to load up on carbs these days because of all the kinds of different nutritional habits that we've got in order to try and trim fat. Just one taste of some of the bread over in these spots was definitely gonna make you change your mind.
Those tipos de pan. Well, been waiting for the seafood here in Colombia for some time, and well, there you see it. Some mojado, some rice, and guess what? We may have left the DR, but we didn't leave the plantains. The Platano power is still here. Yeah, time to dig in. And like I said, I kind of wish I took a picture of all the different kinds of fish that were on the platter to choose from, but hey, you know, I think we did all right.
Oh yeah, very similar seafood scene to the DR, and that pretty little fishy stood no chance. Of course, the plátanos and the arroz, or the rice, were both outstanding as well.
Look at that maracuya.
Absolutely outstanding juice, and it just goes to show when you've got no preservatives and none of the kinds of stuff that we have over here in your fruit, the juice can be absolutely top tier without question.
So now I'm actually gonna go ahead and give this atrium burger a shot over here in Cartagena. Now I've been trying to steer clear of all Americanized food and all Americanized influence ever since I've been here, only because I always want to try and get a taste of the culture itself that's over here. But then again, you want to know something? I kind of had a different perspective to another extent let's see how well they go ahead and do things when it comes to, you know, trying to go ahead and just mix everything through with how they take everything on burgers. Especially since when you get right down to the thick of it, the burger isn't exactly what you'd call an American invention, like a lot of things. So let's go ahead and see what it's like. All right, so I'm situated. I've got my order bag. Got the bacon cheeseburger with some yuca sticks, fried yuca sticks, and I've got a brownie coming on the way as a dessert. And I've also got me some manantial agua. To go ahead and hold me over until everything comes on out. So I can't wait to see how everything turns out. And yeah, let's watch and wait to see just what goes on. Well, here's the burger. Fried yuca sticks. Presentation's awesome. Still got my water. Man, that's what I'm talking about. It looks good. Let's see how it tastes. And of course, I put in the extra bacon on it, and from the side, I don't know if you really get a good view of it, but it looks solid. So let's chow. Oh yeah, this bad boy is as advertised, 100%.
We can't finish off a good video without some good sweets. And of course, Colombia did not disappoint there either. Now, this is the brownie. It was good over there at Atrium, but you want to know something? I yearn for more natural taste. And me being the square that I am, how could I not go for some freshly picked?
I've waited so long for some fresh mangoes. It tastes so different to the stuff that we have in the United States. It tastes so different. Perfectos. I even had to tell the vendor a few moments ago, man, these are a winner.
And with that, folks, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. I appreciate any and all comments down below on what you think about the vid. And also, please follow along on the Twitter page, and also like the video so that we can go ahead and see if we can catch a little bit of fire on the algorithm. Please also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this and want to see me travel some more and document some more of the Chronicles. And thank you so much for your support of the series. Till the next one.